Hello Scorpio, welcome to your reading for August 24th through to the 30th. Apologise for a bit of a gap in the readings. I've had to spread this dozen readings over 2 weeks due to a workplace injury, however, on the mend now. So let's get into it. Yeah, as always, it's going to be general. So if something doesn't resonate, it may resonate for someone else. So we'll just let the unresonant bits go, okay? And we're going to welcome in the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral, or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Scorpio. Okay, let's have a look here. Two of Wands and Temperance, Hierophant, and the Sun. There could be something that you've got your eye on at the moment here, Scorpio. Maybe there's some opportunity that you're feeling like you might like to step into. Maybe you're looking to kind of move out of your comfort zone a little bit. However, you're not sort of jumping into this willy-nilly, if I can say that. You're kind of really considering things carefully here, Temperance, Two of Wands. So you're kind of coming at this with a balanced approach, and yeah, it's kind of like, steady progress, I think, is what you're kind of, an energy that you're feeling into here. It's like you're not rushing and you're not being complacent. You're kind of preparing to make those doable steps towards this new thing. Yeah, you've got the Hierophant and the Sun there as well, like your current energy. Maybe you've just started this new path, and I think you are kind of feeling happy about whatever the structure or the institution is, or the workplace, or the formal group, or something that you're moving into. Maybe it's a partnership of sorts as well. I think you're feeling comfortable with it. You're also feeling pretty confident. You're feeling very confident here, Sun, and very optimistic about this endeavour. So you're realistic and optimistic, and things are looking good. An underlying theme, or something that you may not be aware of, is Queen of Wands and the Six of Swords. So this could be talking about someone that you know, maybe a creative fire sign, male or female. And maybe there is a need for them, or maybe they're looking at a transition of sorts, or maybe they're going through a transition. And it's, the transition is moving towards a greater harmony and balance. So if this is something that you are feeling into here, Scorpio, I feel like maybe you may be in a position to, provide energetic support. Or this could be talking about you going through this process as well, if you feel like you're going through a transition. You do have Mars as one of your rulers, I think. So that's, talking fire there. So the Queen of Wands, that could be you there, okay? Also going through this transition. Or it's someone that's sort of in your radar, that's in your close circle, that maybe you are. Yeah, maybe there's something about their energy that you could be, supporting them as they go through a transition. Like a next step, or a, general direction kind of moving forward, is Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. So it's like you're going to be applying this Hierophant energy, which we did have here in your current, this is like a very spiritual, grounded energy. Hierophant is an earth card, okay? Very grounded, connected, and perhaps acting as a bit of a guide or a mentor or a teacher of sorts. And yeah, this is sort of you know, about either setting yourself free here by activating your wisdom and learning. Actually, yeah, Hierophant can be about learning or teaching. So maybe you're guiding, or maybe you're going to be learning about, you know, the processes that a person can go through. This could be talking about you, it could be talking about someone else. The process of I guess personal growth and development is sometimes what we go through when we are releasing restrictions or looking at things that have been, you know, holding one back. Okay, so if there's someone you're with that, and they feel like they're being held back or they're being restricted in some way, or it could be talking about yourself here, Scorpio. There's going to be, I think, an opportunity for you to, maybe for both of you possibly, to go through either an activation of your own inner wisdom, or a learning about something that's going to help you with that, or that's going to help the other person, or both of you. Okay, but you're in a very strong position at the moment. You're feeling, you know, steady, strong, balanced, and optimistic about things. So that's really awesome. Let's have a look here. Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, yes. And we have the High Priestess, wow, and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. And, you know, I think with this Magician here, you're going to be tapping into your inner resources here. There's a lot of potential and expertise that I think maybe you are going to be tapping into. There might be something about information, maybe technology is going to come into this. But using, you know, accessing all of these elements here, fire, earth, air, and water, which talk about, you know, creativity, you know, emotion, the spirit, and also like the intellect as well, but also the physical body. Okay. And there's going to be some work or effort required as you engage with these elements to, I think there is, you know, the situation will improve. It's moving towards more balance, okay, more harmony. And the High Priestess and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this is also kind of like something else to keep in mind is that with regard to balance and activating your intuition, is that to remember to activate your intuition, Scorpio, to listen to your intuition. Because, and finding the means and ways whereby perhaps there are certain environments or certain activities you do that can help you sort of really tune into your inner wisdom as well, to help you to listen inward, which the High Priestess is doing here. Maybe this is talking about, you know, creating that environment of balance, creating or doing activities that provide you with a sense of balance in your life. So having enough, you know, money coming in, but also having time to do the things that you enjoy. Okay. I'm feeling like I'm doing this is going to be level A of this reading. I might also pause and then do, basically using the same cards, do another reading, just from a different perspective, because sometimes there are layers within readings. And, you know, let's get a couple of layers going here. We've got, right, so the Four of Swords. So spirit guidance from the dragons is King of Swords here for you, Scorpio. Activating your intellect, aligning with your personal truth, aligning, you know, discovering what your values are. And also this Four of Swords, being able to take rest and time from this intellectual activation, okay, from doing the analysis, the research, the, you know, the time management. And maybe this is a rest from technology too, okay. Eight of Wands. Yeah, so this is, you know, things are going to be changing and shifting, and that's really kind of, the, how should we say, the energies of, that we're in at the moment, the times that we're in. Things are changing, energies, we're going to be shifting frequencies a lot, and I think this is what Spirit's saying as well, to be adaptable. The Temperance does talk about alchemizing or doing things in a new way, okay? So maybe your creativity and adaptability is going to be called for here as well, Scorpio. Let's grab a card from the Light Seers. Two of Wands, again, interesting. This was the very first card we pulled. So this is interesting that two different versions of the Two of Wands. This person is sitting inside looking out the window. She hasn't as yet taken up this globe or this new world or this new reality. Okay, she's probably thinking about it. So maybe this is like a thinking, planning phase for you at the moment, Scorpio. Yeah, this person is very securely on the home turf. Okay, looking at this other world or this other opportunity, this other perhaps lifestyle or reality. But still, definitely just in that thinking preparatory phase of something, okay? Now, I'm going to pause. We're going to get another broad sweep of this, and then we're going to look at the bottoms of the decks, okay? So back in a moment. Okay, Scorpio, I've had another look. So, more of the cards that are presenting here, I have a feeling that just recently, there's something about your current situation that is not satisfying. Okay, so this could be job, could be relationship, could be maybe there's a hobby or maybe recreationally or socially. There's something that's causing you something about any of those things or something else you can think of. Something that's causing you to be of this energy of like, well, that's okay, but what about that out there? Or what about, what else is there? Okay. And also that idea of like, surely this isn't it. Or, this idea of wanting to explore, expand your horizons, I think is something that's going on here. And it's looking like you are, you're open to learning something here. You're open to learning, and you're open to, I guess, looking at new higher frequency ways of being here, Sun and Hierophant. You're looking at, I guess, lifting the energy of perhaps what you've done traditionally or what you've been used to do, what you've been used to doing. Okay. Maybe you're looking to shift that energy. And I think also as part of that shift, I think you're going to be looking really closely here, Hierophant and Eight of Swords, looking really closely at traditions and those kind of sort of constructs in society and within institutions and within it perhaps even job roles that are perhaps overly restrictive for you. Okay, there might be something that's restrictive about it. And I think you're really going to be putting that sort of under the microscope a bit more. Because, this is sort of the telling pair here as well. It's like moving towards not only, more peace and balance, but I think more sense of, excuse me, autonomy. Being able to activate your creativity, your passions here. The Queen of Wands is very confident, good at business. Okay, so maybe there's an entrepreneurial energy or something to that effect, or it might even be to do with a passionate interest that you're really looking to move into here. But there's something that you're transitioning from and something you're moving into. And if you're having reservations about it, Scorpio, but I think you're in the beginning stages of the contemplation of this new thing, if you are having reservations, these two cards are basically saying that you don't need to worry because you have a lot of potential here. And basically it's saying that, and this is the Eight of Pentacles, but really any of these elements here, any of the suits, you could basically pick up and run with, okay, because the Magician is a high potential, a high skill card. It could also be talking about that you are going to be learning some new skills and getting really good at something, okay? So either it's probably an activation of some interests and some skills you maybe already have and moving and developing them further, or it's going to be starting something, a new skill completely, okay? And I think perhaps something that you may not be aware of here, Scorpio, is that you're also highly intuitive, okay? And I think what this is saying, Six of Pentacles and High Priestess, is that you're probably going to need to acknowledge your intuition a bit more and to even allow it to, or maybe you're going to be taking on a role or moving into a situation which is going to be a good vehicle for you to activate your intuition. Six of Pentacles here, High Priestess, and Six of Swords here, Queen of Wands. So that number 6, okay, it's talking about harmony, a fair exchange of your energy as well. So that's something that you might want to keep in mind, to acknowledge your intuition, okay? And also along with that intuition ideas, we have the the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is very insightful, okay? Can have the big picture, also analytical. So this is basically Spirit saying, Scorpio, that you can activate your ability to cover the details. You can also activate your ability to have the big picture in mind, to communicate well, to get your message across, but also to be very discerning when it comes to what is higher frequency and what's low frequency. So being very selective and discerning, okay? King of Swords. And, this is that vital energy of rest and meditation, okay? So the King of Swords can obviously get very busy. That is a Gemini energy, and Gemini energy is immutable air, so very busy in the mind, right? So you're going to need to be able to Four of Sword it, which means, like meditation, and this is the, so being able to sort of meditate, still the mind as well. And here we have more fire. So your spirit guidance is fire and air. So air and fire together are, I was going to say volatile, but they're highly energetic, highly like fast moving, okay? And can be changeable. So there's going to be some changes afoot for you as well. But yes, since you have the Two of Wands here twice, you're definitely looking at something new. Well, yeah, here we go, something new as we turn over the Ace of Pentacles. A new something or other here, Scorpio. New job, new location, new, health and well-being regime, perhaps. But something practical, maybe a new financial endeavour. It could be a new business. And here we have the Eight of Pentacles again, so Eight of Pentacles twice, which simply means, Scorpio, that you do have skills already, but you're probably still working on improving them to getting them to a higher standard, which is absolutely fine. But it means that you are getting good at what you do. Okay, here? Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, that language didn't sound right. It's night time now, so brain's going a bit strange. Here we have the Four of Wands. So also a reminder, I really like how you've got a lot of air and fire here, but you also have these fours, which are really stabilizing your energy. So Four of Wands, celebrate the small wins, take time off to enjoy yourself, Scorpio, and to also this discernment about the frequencies of where you're placing yourself. So, you know, enjoying some higher frequency times with people you enjoy spending time with would be a good thing. Three of Cups. Yep, and joy and happiness, high frequency, is definitely going to be a part of this energy here. And this is probably going to be, Three of Cups will be, I think this new thing that you're moving into is going to be a Three of Cup energy. Okay, there's something about it that's going to give you a lot of joy and happiness there. But as always with these readings, use your own discernment, okay? And here we have the Two of Swords. So, yeah, definitely a 2. So you're kind of definitely contemplating something, and you could be a little bit undecided about whether you're going to do this thing. But, yeah, there's no harm in sitting on things for a while to... maybe you've got to crunch some numbers, maybe you've got to do some investigating, looking at options, you know, what's doable, what's very doable, what's not so doable, and what's probably not realistic, okay? Maybe you're going to go through a process of like that to just work out what's going to work and what's not. Yeah, so I think we might wrap it up there for you, Scorpio, but I feel like there's something you're considering that's going to be different from what you've done before, and perhaps a bit different from perhaps the culture that you were brought up in, or there might be something about the values that you were brought up with or surrounded by that you are looking at that very closely and really just seeing if that is lining up, and if it's not lining up, you know, making choices in accordance with your personal truth here, the King of Swords. Okay, so this is Spirit saying be true to you. Sorry, that's not very clear there, is it? Being true to yourself here, Scorpio. Okay, so there we have it. Hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.